everybody. Fan Experience TV. Thank you for all you returning viewers and listeners. Pleasure to have you back, and welcome to all you newcomers. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Mike Katos. Alongside me is my co-host, Rick Molina. Rick, how you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, Mike. What a weekend it was. Opening weekend of the National Football League. You had a little baseball, obviously. You had a little tennis with the U.S. Open.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. You had a little tennis with the U.S. Open final. But I guess we're starting where everybody started today with opening weekend in the National Football League. For you and I, it was about the arrival of the Messiah himself, Zach Wilson. We'll get into that. He had a bit of a rough start. And obviously the Jets are a young team. But we had some great games this weekend with Chiefs and Browns. That went down to the wire. Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, linking up on one play for 75 yards for a touchdown.
You were happy about that one.
Oh, yeah, I definitely was on the fantasy side. We had the Arizona Cardinals and a man by the name of Chandler Jones causing nightmares for Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
And getting them off to a good start over there. You had the Buffalo Bills who were up. What was the score there? What was it, like 20? Was it 20-0? I think it was, or something like that.
No.
Or it was like 13-0 or whatever it was. It was like 13-0.
They were up. I think was 10.
And then the Steelers ripped off 20 points in a row or something like that, and just stunned the Bills in Orchard Park. So you just had it was just a great day of football, great performances. Obviously, the stunner of the day, Aaron Rodgers and the Saints, completely not showing up. Were completely embarrassed. Jameis Winston just throwing touchdowns all over the place. Every time you went back to the red zone, it was the Saints in the red zone, and Winston throwing another touchdown. It was an incredible performance, and all over the league, it was just great. Trevor Lawrence, obviously, we're down there with Jacksonville. They're gonna have a long season. The Niners and the Lions. Niners are up 40? What was it? 41 to
it was 38-10 at one point.
Yeah, and then the Lions make this incredible run, making it close there. So. It was just a great weekend of football, beginning to end, from 9 o'clock when the pregame started till like 11 o'clock when the Bears and the Rams, Stafford throwing rockets all over the place. Got to get into that in a little bit. It was just a great weekend in general. It was a great day of football, and we got another 16 more to go, man, and I can't wait.
Yeah. 16 more games, 17 more weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
17 more weeks. Oh, we didn't get into the Giants, and they're just boring. You can't watch that.
No,
Daniel Jones and his fumbling problems again. It's just all in all, it was a great weekend of football to watch. It was just incredible. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think we have plenty to talk about with football. So I think real quick, I want to touch on what we had going on. Me, especially really the beginning of this our friendship and whatever. You're a Yankee fan.
Oh yeah,
I'm a Mets fan, and we went head to head this weekend. Subway Series, always a good time. But this past weekend was a different type of Subway Series. It was the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and I thought Major League Baseball did a good job in commemorating, and obviously everywhere else, all the other outlets, they did a good job in honoring the people that we lost, both, in the attacks, the innocent people in the attacks, and the first responders that we lost that day. I can't believe it's 20 years. I really cannot. And, but we are here, and Subway Series, and it was, there was a lot of fireworks in that Subway Series game. It was back and forth and this whole weekend, and unfortunately there was some little escalated egos on Sunday night's game, with Francisco Lindor hitting a couple of bombs and Stanton hitting one, and Stanton saying something, or somebody was saying something to somebody else. I don't know who started it, but Stanton stopped. Benches cleared a little bit. Nothing, no punches thrown or anything like that. They were just, a lot of heated moments, and Brett Gardner with the thumbs down to Lindor and Baez. But Lindor thought that the Yankees were cheating and whistling and, trying to, steal signs or whatever the case is. So, it is what it is. And, but the Mets took 2 out of 3, and Lindor 3 home runs Sunday night. But I have to say though, ESPN, I can't. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, I cannot listen to the announcers there. You got I don't know who is it that's not A-Rod. Who's the guy that's
not sure. I don't really
but he said that Lindor's contract is 100% validated for the 3 home run night that he just had. Like,
listen, some people say some wacky stuff on
I'm like, come on, like,
come on.
I don't understand how that's even. I mean, I guess that's for effect. I guess. But I guess let's touch on that a little, and then let's move on to football because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Yankees lost 2 out of 3. I mean, they've been in a slide since winning 13 in a row. That was interesting. Javi Baez and Francisco Lindor, and obviously Stanton, rallying the bases. I don't know that I would want to fight that. Giancarlo Stanton, what is he, like 6'5", 6'6",
yeah,
like 250 pounds? Yeah, that's the last guy I'd want to fight if I was Lindor. But I mean, look, they're looking to take everybody on. The Yankees, I think, if I'm not mistaken, are they a game out, game back?
The Yankees, I haven't checked the Yankees.
I haven't checked it, but look, they have. We got a ways to go here before the end of the season. So as of right now,
well, the Blue Jays are ahead of the Yankees.
Yeah, they're ahead by a game. The Yankees have 18 games left. The Blue Jays and so do the Blue Jays. So look, that was a series that the Yankees needed to win. They got some games coming up with the Orioles. They need to win those. And hopefully the Blue Jays fall back, and then we'll just see where we are in a couple of weeks. But right now, the Yankees need their pitching to sort of carrying the way, and they need the bats to wake up. Judge is waking up. They moved Torres from short to second, and let's just see. It should be a fun 2 weeks with the Yankees and the Mets. But I think the Mets are out of it, right?
They're not out of it per se. But it's a steep mountain.
They're 3.5 back in the wild card. I mean,
it's a steep mountain to climb. Let's just say that they got a little bit of embarrassed. Last night, Wainwright doing what Wainwright does against the Mets. It just seems to always be the case with Wainwright over there. He's a thorn in the Mets side. Ever since that
curveball,
that NLCS, I mean, we can't figure the guy out, and rather frustrating. Being a Mets fan when you have to go up against Wainwright, but hey, it is what it is. We're in mid-September now, so a few more weeks, anything could happen. I mean, it's September, and that's just the way it is, and how it goes in the world of sports and mostly in baseball with all the games that get played between now and that first weekend in October. Mm-hmm. So, hey, the Mets had a 7-game lead, at the beginning of September in 2007. Nobody thought they would lose it. And, sure enough, they did. So anything could happen,
Yeah.
So you had the Yankees just lost won 2 of the last 10, and the Blue Jays won 9 of their last 10. Yeah. So just swings like that are going to be speaking of swings in the Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., home run leader right now with 45. I don't know if anything happened today, but I know as of last night he had 45 and was leading the MLB. So congratulations to him, and it's fun little race there. I mean, it's funny that we have a pitcher in that in the running there.
Starling Marte, yeah.
Oh, is it Starling Marte now?
For batting leaders, for home runs, Guerrero. Ohtani has 44. Salvador Perez is 42.
Yeah, that's a little surprising, right? Salvador Perez,
that came out of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a pitcher and a catcher in the top 3 in home runs. I mean, that's
it's interesting. Hey, that's baseball these days, man. Everybody's hitting bombs out. Yeah,
that is baseball these days, and let's see how the rest of these weeks pan out. But yeah, Sunday. Well, I guess we start because we we signed off on Tuesday. So Derek Jeter officially got inducted into the Hall of Fame on Wednesday, and had a great speech. And honestly, couple of great speeches. Ted Simmons, I was blown away by that guy's speech. Like, and he's got like a perfect speaking voice. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, everything that he was saying, it was great. The president of the Players Union was inducted.
Marvin Miller. Yep.
Yes, Marvin Miller. It's amazing, the things that he did that's stand tall to this day, that it completely changed the game of baseball. So
free agency and all that,
yeah, free agency. I mean, that's huge. And then Larry Walker, second Canadian-born player in the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to him. And then obviously the captain and his family on hand over there. And I didn't realize that little kid that tips his cap in the last game was his nephew.
He grew up. He grew up.
I thought it was just like just a kid, but now obviously watching it again, you see his parents are right there, and his whole family's right there. But I didn't notice it, in real time back then. So that was fun to see. I guess you could kick us off with your thoughts on Tampa Bay, Dallas.
That was a great game, man, to kick it off last Thursday. Watching that thing go back and forth, it was like a heavyweight fight. And I was just what surprised me was the way Dak played, man. Coming off that broken ankle, I didn't think he was going to light it up. I didn't think the Cowboy offense was going to come out like that. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, man, they went toe to toe. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. They didn't use a lot of Ezekiel Elliott, which surprised me, man. I mean, I wish they could have used him a little more. But listen, I mean, if you're going to get that kind of performance from the Dallas offense for the next 16, 17 weeks, they're going to the playoffs. And if Dak's going to keep playing like that, he's winning comeback player of the year for sure. For sure, he's winning comeback player of the year. And Dallas has a chance to win the NFC East. The Giants are terrible. We'll get to them in a minute, but they're just boring and awful. But we'll save that for a little bit. But Dallas right now, you have the Eagles with Jalen Hurts over there and Devontae Smith. Remember, we were thinking Devontae Smith, the number 2, is coming to the Jets, caught his first touchdown, on Sunday. And then what happened with Ryan Fitzpatrick, him with his hip dislocation or whatever that is. It's going to be
on FedEx Field.
On FedEx. Again, another quarterback who gets crippled on FedEx Field. It's amazing that place, they really need to look at the field. But
yeah, I mean, it's just bad juju. I mean, maybe it was the name for a while. I don't know. I don't
know, but I mean, a hip dysplasia, whatever that is. I mean, it's crazy.
They might need more than a new name.
That NFC East is coming down to 2 teams. It's going to be the Cowboys and the Eagles, and the question is, can the Cowboys just play good defense, not go and Mike McCarthy not screw it up and just do good things and carry them home to the playoffs? Because if you look at it right now, the Dallas Cowboys are going to the playoffs, either a wild card or the NFC East. But I thought that was just great. And Brady's Brady. I mean, think about what Brady did. He had a minute left in that. He had a minute left.
128 or something.
Whatever it was. Yeah, whatever. And the guy was like, all right, that's all I need. That's all he needed to move the ball down the field to get him to score. It's incredible what he does. And I don't know if you saw a lot of the commentary during the week after that game about the way he throws the ball. And it's true what the people are saying, whether it was Colin Cowherd, whether it was on ESPN's First Take and all that. His mechanics have gotten better, man. Like, he is more accurate with the ball. It's like he said,
release time.
Yeah. I don't know what he's worked on. Like, obviously, his mechanics or whatever, or what he does in the offseason, but it's just his throwing is flawless. I mean, flawless. And for them to give him a minute left, I mean, that was just insane. And then look, he does what he does, man. That's Brady. But that was incredible.
You fanboying over Brady. No, but the guy is he is he's like an ageless wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's playing some of the best football of his life, and he's 44 years old.
Yeah. And where did it start, right? It started a few years ago with the TB12. He decided to give up all the shit food. Excuse my language. He's got plant-based, plyo, whatever. And he's done things, and I think that's clearly helped him extend his career another, 2 to 3 years. Might play another year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's incredible, man. I mean, the guy, I hated Brady for all those years. We're Jet fans.
Oh,
But
yeah.
just the way he throws the ball, man, the way he moves up and down the field, it's incredible. It's incredible to watch.
Yeah, I mean, 100% agree. And I mean, he had a couple of bombs,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like
Antonio Brown.
Like with Antonio Brown. I'm calling it right now. I mean, I should have called it beforehand because now I'm a little late with it. But Antonio Brown will end up being the best receiver on that squad by the end of the year. I think that him and Brady have, a nice rapport.
Yeah.
Aside from Gronk, I mean, Gronk catching his 100th touchdown with Brady, the tandem of Brady Gronk. He caught his 99th and 100th touchdown on Thursday night. So, that's an incredible feat. And it's just amazing, all these accolades that Brady, puts up. And with and without other people. So it's like, how many records are going to be left?
Not many, man. Now with the extra game, and you have the extra game. I mean, somebody's going to throw for 6,000 yards. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, it's just crazy. The other game I wanted to talk about, and I know we'll get to the Jets in a minute. I'll talk about them aside.
I guess since we're talking about this old this old quarterback who looks like he's playing the best football of his life, let's go to the guy that looks older than this guy.
Oh, you saw that NFL memes thing, Aaron Rodgers, yeah,
and talk about how he looks like he's playing. So you want to talk about that? You want to put in a couple of
Aaron Rodgers, and you saw the NFL memes. He looked.
Oh, I mean, how many of them? I mean,
yeah, it was crazy. But he looked completely disinterested. That team looked completely lifeless, unprepared. Like they just didn't want to be on the field. I don't know what's going on over there with him, And it just seems to me like he's not all in. But give credit to the Saints, man. And give credit to Jameis Winston. Here's a guy who's been criticized. Yeah. He always throws 30 interceptions a year. He can't play. That kid showed up and just lighting it up all over the field. And what do you have? 4 or 5 touchdowns? How many touchdowns?
5.
There were 5 touchdowns.
Was it 5? I think it was 5. I think it was 5, but it was only like 148 yards or something like that.
Yeah, because they were always in the red zone. They were always
because it was all Kamara getting them, and then he just dump them to his tight end and dump them to this other guy. Can't remember the other guy's name, but he caught 2. Yeah. 2 people caught 2 each, and then another guy catching a bomb and the longest one of the day, and no picks, right? No picks.
That's the thing. He didn't turn the ball over.
And you got Aaron Rodgers on the other side, and the Saints picked Florida to play in Jacksonville over Texas because they said that the Packers don't play historically well in Florida.
Right.
And I'm like, well, Jameis Winston doesn't play historically well in Florida either. But that changed in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat, man.
I mean, come on. I mean, obviously, you got the coaching. You have you have one of the best running backs in the game, which Jameis Winston did not have ever. Yeah,
Jameis Winston, Mike, was in this game. I'll tell you, give the stat sheet. Looks like he was 14 for 20. He was 14.
What was his QB rating?
I'll tell you right now what his QBR rating was. His QBR rating was his rating is, I'll tell you right now, his rating is already 130.8.
130.8. It's unbelievable. And then you have Rodgers on the other side, where if you throw the ball in the dirt 10 times, you get like a 38, and he got a 32. So, that was another one of the memes. So I don't know how true that stat is, but it was a pretty abysmal showing. And yes, in three pass attempts, he had 2 interceptions, 5 all of last year.
Yeah.
And the guy is sitting there grinning on the sidelines. And a lot of the memes comparing him and dude from The Longest Yard. What's his face?
Bobby Boucher? No, not him.
No, The Longest Yard, the one that throws the game. I can't remember his the character's name, but
I haven't seen the movie,
but that one you definitely have to watch. That's funny.
Right.
That's a funny one. That's Sandler, but obviously that's a remake. But
right.
I haven't watched the original. I just watched
the original. I think is with Burt Reynolds, right?
Which actually, bringing up Adam Sandler, I want to honorable mention to Norm Macdonald, passed away today.
Oh yeah,
from a long private battle with cancer.
Yeah.
Great comedian. Very funny. I mean, he made Weekend Update, which is still run, he awesome. Put that on the map, and it's still running today. And he's done amazing things in the world of comedy, and the comedy world lost a really good one today. Yeah. So thoughts and prayers to his friends and family. So but it's just Aaron Rodgers was just he was throwing it. I mean, it's hard to say, with 100% certainty. Mm-hmm. And is he going to do a little rope-a-dope and he's going to just like light up Detroit next Monday night? I mean,
I don't know.
It was just it was an abysmal showing. Nobody saw 38-3. I mean, we both picked the Packers.
Yeah, they were just mauled easily. They mauled them, man.
But
they robbed them. Jameis Winston.
Let's just talk about Jameis Winston. Like that's going to be a fun division. And even Drew Brees said, "I guess this is what the Saints were missing."
I guess it was, man. But
he's not wrong.
It's not, and look, the problem with Jameis is obviously he's always been reckless with the football. I mean, he can throw for
LASIK.
Yeah, everybody's seen the LASIK. He's thrown for 30. He's thrown for 30 touchdowns, but he's also thrown for 30 interceptions in a year. You just cannot turn the ball over like that. And I think with a coach like Sean Payton, he'll have him under control. He'll be like, "This is what you can and what you can't do," and teach him the proper way to play the position. But for week one, man, that's a great start. The other quarterback who was on fire was Russell Wilson, man, against the Colts on the road. In a hostile environment with the Colts that have a legitimate team, and he walked in there and was just like him and Tyler Lockett. I mean, just incredible performance. I mean, he threw. I mean, his stats. He was 18-23, 254 yards passing, and he had what was it? He had 4 touchdowns. I mean, incredible. I mean, these performances, but he was just like, I mean, he put himself up there for the MVP already. He had a passer rating of 152. I mean, this guy just keeps doing it every year. I don't know. Eventually, he's got to win the MVP one year. I don't know if it's going to be this year because I think the consensus pick is Josh Allen. But him going on the road, winning that game in Indianapolis.
I mean, I know it's only 1 week. It's only 1 week.
It's one game.
But
let's not go crazy. It's not overreact. This is overreact Monday. Everybody's been overreacting. Let's just take it easy.
I know it's only 1 week, but I don't think Jameis Winston's going to end up being the. No, but that one was a pretty hefty one, right?
That was a hefty one, man.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one. I'm telling you,
comeback player though.
Comeback player of the year.
Comeback player for Jameis Winston.
But no. If Dak has the season that I think he's going to have, Dak Prescott. I mean, look, he's got Michael Gallup's on the IR, but he's got CeeDee Lamb on that team. He's got Ezekiel Elliott on that team. He has. Amari Cooper. Look, man, he should be throwing for 5,000 yards this year. Easy. I mean, he should be throwing 5,000 yards.
I mean, if their defense is going to be doing – if their defense is going to get gashed like they were getting gashed.
Well, remember, they're playing – they're playing –
okay. All right. No.
The Buccaneers.
Okay. All right, but they play the Chargers this week.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles. That's going to be a great game.
I definitely want to touch on my boy.
We'll talk on your boy in a minute. I want to get to the young quarterbacks because we had 5 of them playing. Obviously, Justin Fields only saw a couple of snaps. I think Trey Lance as well. I think he saw a couple of snaps too. But obviously, the 3 I want to get into. We'll start first in Jacksonville with our who we thought was our boy Trevor Lawrence against Houston, who surprised us. I think we both picked Jack. Did we pick Jacksonville?
We
did.
We did.
And Houston came out, and you saw, I think, a couple things there. One, you saw obviously a rookie quarterback threw 3 picks. Got to be a little worried about that. He missed some throws, a little worried about that. But it was his first game. But I think what you saw is a difference between Urban Meyer, the college coach, and David Culley, a professional coach, an NFL coach. I mean, that team was just prepared in a different way, and it just played out like that. But Trevor Lawrence's performance on Sunday, if I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm gonna say it now. I know it's one game, but did they make a mistake not taking Zach Wilson? Because I don't know that Trevor Lawrence, maybe from what I saw in Red Zone, but I don't know that he's going to lead him to that promised land. They have a lot of work to do on that team, and I'm starting to have my doubts. I don't know if you heard the rumors today. Somebody was saying Urban Meyer to SC after the season. I mean, if they go 2-15, is Urban Meyer going to be able to take 2 or 3 years of rebuilding this thing to stick around? I don't know. We'll wait and see. But as of right now, look, Trevor Lawrence, he made some great throws. What do you throw? I think he threw 3 touchdowns, right?
Definitely 2. I'm not sure.
He threw 3 touchdowns. No, he threw 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. He had a passer. He has a rating of 70.1. I mean, he did throw for 332 yards, but man, they got a lot of work to do down there. And give credit to Houston, man. They came out, they were prepared, and they played well, and they won. So good, kudos to them.
Unbelievable. I mean, Tyrod Taylor, he got his opportunity. He's got his opportunity to go out there and shine and take control. And a couple of the running backs over there, making some plays. Ingram, Lindsey, and David Johnson, I believe, scored one, right? David Johnson scored, and Lindsey. And Ingram, I mean, which I do have to say, I want to touch on this because Ingram's running one in, and I'm like, these numbers are so distracting because I'm not used to it, but I know after a couple of games in this season, I'll get used to it, and I definitely want to touch on what Peyton Manning was saying last night and what Tom Brady's been saying about it. But because we definitely got to talk about that Monday Night Football game. But let's just
a classic
finish off with Sunday. But yeah, these numbers are, it's just crazy. Sterling Shepard is catching bombs as number 3, and he was number 87 last year.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
All of a sudden, this guy, this guy's number 3, and I'm like, what's going on here?
And we'll get to the other quarterback, Zach Wilson. Let's get into Zach a little bit.
Yeah.
And oh God, I forgot who they played. Jesus, I watched the whole game.
Panthers.
What the Panthers did, their linebackers an hour before the game, they changed their numbers from in the 50s to 7 and 4. I mean, there needs to be a rule in there to stop that. But be that as it may, want to get into the Jets. Jets started everybody. There was hope. There was promise, a new season, great. And the first 2.5 quarters of that game, they were completely overrun, man. It was first time jitters, rookie jitters, drop passes. The O-line couldn't block anybody. I mean, it was just like a revolving door, dude. I'm like, who's next? Who's gonna hit Zach next? They couldn't get anything. They had a big play in the first half. Elijah Moore has to make that catch, although he was interfered with and didn't get that call. And then in the middle of the third quarter, Zach started finding his rhythm, started settling down, started making the throws, and you saw the arm talent, and you saw the talent, dude. He was hitting Corey Davis.
Oh, yeah.
He hit Elijah Moore in a pass. And then and then when they have a momentum on the drive, he rolls out on the run, hits Corey Davis in the end zone, and right there, it's like the man's arrived. And then he just sort of settled in and played Zach Wilson football, throwing the ball. I mean, honestly, if they – other than the Robbie Anderson play, the Jets were in that game. They could have won the game.
They could have. And was it a 5-point spread?
Yeah, it was 5. It was a 5.5 point. It was I thought
it was 5, and I said push.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's a push on that one.
But listen, Zach is the real deal. There is no doubting that now. The guy's the real deal. He can throw the ball on the move. He can make those plays. I think the Jets. I think everybody's overreacting to the Jets. I think it was just first week jitters, people playing together. Mekhi Becton gets hurt.
Yeah,
dislocates his kneecap.
Yep.
LaMarcus Joyner, I think, tore his tricep. So they got some issues. They're going to need some bodies. But I'm looking forward to seeing this game against New England at home at MetLife. I think they're going to play a lot better, and I think Zach Wilson's going to have a big performance. I think he's really, really going to play well against Mac Jones this weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean, he finished with an 82.9 rating, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 258 passing. This guy's name is Zachary Capono Wilson,
aka Zachariah the Messiah.
Yeah, I know, but Capono, that's nice. He's
got a little gangster in him. That's why. Got a little gangster in him.
Yeah.
You understand?
So I guess.
What would you think? What you saw the game?
I thought. All right. Let's put it this way. You got Aaron Rodgers and you got Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson far exceeded what the reigning MVP did. So to do that on your first, and granted, Rodgers could be throwing the season, whatever, but to see that in the first game, even with this the number gate,
even with number gate, they need to stop that. Yeah.
I don't know how is it like they have to announce it like right before the first game of the season, because then all right, you get the one game edge. I mean, you can't just like flip flop numbers every game, can you?
I think you can. I think I don't know if the players
that's a little ridiculous.
I don't know if the players are going to want to do that though. I mean, come on. I mean,
that's a little ridiculous if that's the case. So they have to definitely stop that right away. But I just don't see how that would be legal.
Yeah. No, but whatever it was, I mean, I don't know.
The fact of the matter is, like, it was his first game. All right, it's his first game, and I thought, let's remember, this is a team that wasn't worth a goddamn, was worth absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Last year they couldn't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
And we played the Panthers, who has Christian McCaffrey. The guy had 150 all-purpose yards or whatever.
Yeah, he almost had 200 yards.
I mean, the dude, McCaffrey is just a beast, and he just, controls the clock. And they only lost by 5 in their house.
Yep.
With the pretty scary ass looking Panther in the mixed reality.
I don't know what that was all about.
But that was cool though. That was cool. But the fact of the matter is, we went into their house and we lost. But we lost. We had a rookie playing, and he still threw 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. 258. I really think that's a solid debut.
Yeah, the first half it was rookie jitters. I think him, Elijah Moore, Michael Carter. Yeah. I think a lot of the guys was like
Elijah Moore got to get a little bit more involved.
They got to get Elijah Moore a little more involved. Denzel Mims, I don't know what's going on over there. Michael Floor, yeah. Robert Saleh, Joe D. You guys over there on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. Let me remind you. Denzel Mims is 6'5" or 4, whatever it is. Guy runs a 4.3. How about we use him? How about we use him to take the top off of defense? Get him in there. I don't know what this thing is about. He has to know every route tree and he has to know every position. Hey, man, the guy can ball out. He can play. Get him in there and play. We need players. Guys are getting injured. Jeff Smith or Vincent Smith. I don't know who. One of the guys who's ahead of him in the depth chart. Come on, man. Like, what's going on over there? And secondly, we have 4 running backs on the roster: Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman, Ty Johnson, Josh Allen. I think they're all suited up or whatever it is. Can we start using them more, please? Good. I mean, come on, man. You got to take the pressure off Zach a little bit. You got to run the ball. And thirdly, to the offensive line of the Jets, guys, AVT, I'm going to let it pass. Bakai got hurt, but George Fant, you were getting killed. Morgan Moses, you were signed. Okay. All right. This week, enough's enough. Protect Zach. Start getting a little nasty, and let's start running the ball here. That's all I have to say. And I think our fortunes will change. But somebody, again, send the email out, memo alert to the Jets coaches on the offensive side of the ball. You have a 6'3", 215-pound guy who can run a 4.340. Let's use him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you're right on the running back thing. Like, you have to
even use him.
You have to take the pressure off of Zach Wilson. You gotta You got to get that running game going, and
he's gonna get killed.
Let's talk about his counterpart that's going to be playing next week. And it's
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, and he 281, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. I think he fumbled though, right? Did he fumble?
I think he had a fumble.
But he had the help of his running backs. I mean, Damian Harris, 100 yards. James. No, it was just the Damian Harris show. But yeah, I mean, he threw a touchdown to Aguilar, who balled out a little bit. James White, helped him out in the passing game.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson didn't play much.
Both of his tight ends here. Myers, balled out a little bit. So they got more weapons.
Yeah,
and Mac Jones still only threw for 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
so in at home. So he didn't throw an interception, but who had the better game? You got to ask yourself.
By far the best performance of the weekend of all the rookies was Zach Wilson. No, case closed. I don't want to hear about Trevor Lawrence. I don't want to hear about Mac Jones, Justin Fields.
If we're talking about quarterbacks.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, because the best rookie performance was Jamar Chase.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in Cincinnati, let's get into that, man. I mean, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I remember people saying, why are you drafting Jamar Chase? They need to protect Joe Burrow. Cincinnati said, no, we're taking Jamar Chase. Then Jamar Chase shows up. He's dropping the ball everywhere. Can't catch the ball. And he just balls out, man. I mean, it's funny. These overreactions to the preseasons are crazy, but I mean, Cincinnati's got something going over there, man. They got something cooking over there. They got some offensive weapons. They're starting to get a little momentum. They're doing well. But yeah, Jamar Chase just had himself a game. I mean, the guy was catching everything they threw to him. He caught.
Dude, he balled out. I mean, and Devonta Smith catching one last week too.
Mm-hmm.
It was
the Eagles.
It was a pretty nice, rookie showing.
Yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase was 5 receptions, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Devonta Smith, 6 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
The Bengals Vikings game. I mean, what did we? I think I ended up picking the Vikings in that one, right? And I think you went with the Bengals.
I don't remember.
The Bengals ended up, coming out on top, with the overtime. I mean, nobody saw that.
No.
Minnesota ended up, went with 10 in the fourth quarter to pull it even. So that was that was something. Actually, no, they took the lead, and then was it the Bengals that tied it at the end?
I believe so. Yeah,
the Vikings that tied it.
No, I think the Bengals tied.
Okay, but no, it's. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he bowled, I'm
over Kirk Cousins. That guy.
Dalvin Cook, not the best Dalvin Cook game.
It's gonna be a long season for the Vikings.
Adam Thielen. This is this KJ Osborne a rookie? Because he bowled out too.
Yeah,
and I haven't heard his. I haven't heard his name before. I don't know if he was a rookie or not.
Yeah, the other local team we'll get into, and I don't know how much time we're going to spend on this, but the Giants. I mean. Talk about a deflating performance. First of all, it's just like it's a tough watch, man. It really is. I know he's coming off an injury, but Saquon Barkley, you need to run between the tackles, man. They said you're a yellow jacket.
I don't think they wanted him.
I know, but they said he's a yellow jacket running back, right? He's a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. You gotta start performing like one, man. I know you're coming off an injury, but you gotta give more than what they gave on Sunday. Daniel Jones, how many times do we have to remind you, dude? Do not turn the ball over. He made some throws, some sick throws, and then he does what Daniel Jones does. He fumbles the ball, turns it over.
Yeah, he's not the answer.
I'm with you on that. I don't think he is.
He is not the answer. No. And I mean, they said at one point in the game it was his 40th turnover. In 28 starts. I mean,
geez, right?
Those aren't good numbers.
What do you say to that, man?
I mean, granted, we were just talking about Jameis Winston, how he threw 30 in a season. So he's got 30 something plus turnovers. in 16 games. So like
Yeah,
those aren't good numbers either, but the guy still balls out and throws those touchdowns. But Daniel Jones is just, and even a couple of the times where he was trying to run for it and still can't get out of his own way when he's running sometimes.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I feel like he butt fumbles himself when there's nobody there. Like he just like hits a wall out of nowhere.
Literally.
But Bridgewater, impressive.
Teddy Bridgewater, very impressive. Very impressive. Teddy
Bridgewater on the other side. Judy was balling out until I mean, he's on my fantasy team, so I'm a little bummed out on that one. Because number one, the NFL loses a great receiver for the next 6 to 8 weeks. But he was doing really well. Melvin Gordon played pretty well too.
Yeah, he had 101 yards and a touchdown.
You know, he had that long run. I mean, granted, 70 of it was one run. Yeah, but it is what it is. But that Judy was a tough break. But Bridgewater was doing his thing.
Yeah, man. Listen, they called him check down Teddy. He wasn't checking down, man. He was throwing it all over the field. And by the way, give props to Sterling Shepard. He had 7 receptions, 113 yards, and a touchdown. He played well. Mm-hmm. He played real well. But,
Shepard definitely balled out.
I got to be honest with you. The Giants had a lot of problems, man. I mean, they can't – I don't know if you saw that one NFL meme where they were, like, blocking each other, like the guard and the tackle for the Giants were blocking each other. I mean, man, look, if the Giants – I mean, if you look at the Giants' schedule real quick, I mean, next week they got let me just see here real quick. Let me see what they got for week. What do we got for week 2? Week 2. Crap. Hold on 1 second. Come on. Right now, the Giants.
What are you trying to look for?
I just want to see.
Giants are playing. They play Thursday night against Washington.
Against Washington.
Yeah.
The Washington football team that's starting Taylor Heineken or Heineke, whatever his name is.
Heineke. Yeah.
Heineke. If the Giants don't win this game, Mike, they're in trouble. At 0-2, they're in trouble.
It's at Washington.
They're in trouble
and
if
they
lose.
But Washington's got a sick defense. And Heineke's not bad, man.
Exactly. But
he's not
Ryan
bad.
Fitzpatrick just got hurt, right? You're the New York Giants. You go in there and you win this game. If you don't win this game, they're in deep trouble.
I don't think they're winning this game. I think Washington's going to win this game.
Well, we'll see, but the Giants better show up because if not this season, I'm calling it now. Giants go 0-2, it's over.
I didn't see anything that showed they went up against a good defense this past week, and I think Washington's defense is better than Denver's defense, and Washington will be at home.
Yeah,
in FedEx Field, that's just the bad juju. Yeah, the bad juju central.
So what you're saying is that there will be a
boy, am I glad Justin Herbert got out of that one.
Yeah,
he's done there. I'm glad. But obviously Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's horrible.
Yeah.
We're up against the clock.
Yeah, so but let's touch real quick on the Manning brothers. I think ESPN's going to have a problem here because nobody's going to want to tune in to watch the game on the regular channel and watch. They're just going to watch Peyton and Eli all week.
Hey, listen, they've had a problem. Nobody wanted. People would watch it with it muted. And I mean, it's just the way it is. But I watched the whole game.
Yeah.
On this Manning, the Manning Bowl or whatever you want to, the Manning channel, and they had special guests. They had Charles Barkley, Ray Lewis, Travis Kelce, and Russell Wilson. So those last two are pretty big names and current players. I mean, it's just something. A lot of people out there saying it's a glorified Twitch stream, whatever the case is. But you know what? It's a different perspective for watching a game. Like you're looking into the eyes of Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, who have done this and won Super Bowls doing this, and saying, the quarterback should not have thrown it there. I mean, granted, they're seeing the bird's eye view, and when you're in it, and they know it, and they mentioned it, but it's just it's fascinating to hear it from their perspective. And you got Kelsey putting in his 2 cents as well. And he's in the middle of a season. So it's like, he's putting in his like, his thought process. And I wonder if like Bill Belichick's going to end up like exploiting that somehow. I mean,
I think they all know. They all know what's going on. They're on the game.
But it was funny though. At one point though, Russell Wilson, they were talking about his wife at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And she was all decked out in this like Russell Wilson Seahawks dress, number 3, and rocking the Super Bowl ring. You got Peyton making a comment like, "Oh, she's wearing the ring that I wanted and I didn't get." Throwing back to when Russell Wilson beat him in that abysmal showing in MetLife Stadium.
I remember that Super Bowl.
The Broncos were the overall favorites, just like to go out there and just destroy and safety in the first minute of that game, or first play of that game, right? And then
that
Russell
game was over right there.
Russell makes a comment saying that Tom's got one that he wanted, and then he's like, it's like, Eli, you took a couple from Tom, so we're all pretty even there. So it was kind of fun that that little back and forth banter that you're not going to get at any other broadcast. I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I saw some of it. I'm not going to sit here and tell the viewers that I saw all of it. I was watching it when Peyton put that helmet on. He didn't even.
Oh, that was funny too. Yeah.
Yeah. They were talking about chicken wings and what have you, but it's just like watching Tony Romo. You get the perspective that the average fan doesn't get to see. How, like, for example, he's talking about they call 2 plays in the huddle. This play doesn't work. Where the ball should go. What they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are perspectives that we don't see as fans. Like, we see the game in a different way. We don't see it how they see it. And these guys, know the tendencies, know what's going on. Like, when Russell Wilson and Payne, they're all talking. They know about the plays. I mean, it's just fascinating. That's what makes Tony Romo just spectacular at his job, because you see it from that quarterback view, him knowing the play, like in the fans sitting there going, man, how did he know that? Because he's played the game. And I look after what that, and that's the talk of the morning shows was a lot of the games, yes, but a lot of talk was watching Peyton and Eli do that. Like, people want to see more of that. Now, I think they're only doing like 10 games or whatever, but as fans, we love that. We love that type of perspective. And that's why I think if Peyton Manning wants, he would be terrific in the booth. I don't know that he wants to do it because it takes a lot of time and he's got a lot of stuff going on, but he'd be great. But I think the more fans are going to want to watch games where players, current and former, give them that kind of perspective. And if the NFL is smart, which they are, and they know how to make money, which they do, they're going to find a way to get these guys in the booth and monetize this damn thing. Because if you can get them doing different games, like in different different networks on every Sunday,
they have their own like DirecTV channel.
Yeah, like their own kind of
Manning Red Zone channel.
Yeah, the Manning Red Zone channel. Hey, we got this going on. That would be tremendous. Another idea.
I think you can't go overboard though. I think Monday Night Football is a nice, because Monday Night Football is a little, subpar as far as the games go. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of some of the Monday Night Football games on the slate. Right. But it was very fun to watch that, and love the little banter back and forth, and even Peyton touching on how Lamar Jackson trained at his camp, at the Manning camp, because they train quarterbacks, and even Russell Wilson at the end when he was signing off, he thanked them, because he went and attended their camp,
right?
And he learned from them, and so it's nice that like this full circle like movement going on where like these 2 great quarterbacks in Peyton and Eli, really brought up this new class of the new legends that they're gonna come in. So it's nice that it's all coming full circle, and to see that and actually see that with your own eyes and hear them say it in like real time and whatever. So it's and I think Peyton was just on fire. Like he was
into it. You could tell he was into it.
And he put on the small helmet, and I love Eli. Eli asks, who does he ask? I think Ray Lewis. He says, would you want $10,000 or a Peyton Manning helmet filled with quarters? But it was just it was funny, like, you know. I mean,
they're
and
funny.
the thing is about you say Tony Romo. Yes, Tony Romo has his insights, but I feel like he's not the MC. He's not the one leading the charge in his broadcast.
Well, because it's different, right? Jim Nantz is the head guy there.
Yes,
but Romo does play-by-play.
But having Peyton leading it and doing it's just I don't know. It's different. Thing. Yeah.
It's a different way they're doing it. They're doing it in a different sort of way. Whereas, like, he's calling, 2nd and 10 on the own 25 and what have you, and Jim Nantz, and it's a
of course, yeah.
He's doing it from the booth, like from the game. Like, these guys are sitting there kind of bullshitting, but giving the fan the inside look. So, look, I think it's great. I think if they do more games, it's a good thing for the NFL, and the fans are going to enjoy it. But we're going to be up against some time here, so I want to get into the week 2 picks.
Yes, yeah, let's do that
for the NFL games week 2. So we'll start. We got
the Giants, Redskins, and
I
think the Redskins are winning this game, but it's 3 points.
You mean the Washington football team?
I would take I'm taking Washington, but I'm taking the money line because I don't like the push. I'm just going to take them flat out.
Look,
and the under.
I'm gonna take a chance here. This is a must-win game for the Giants. They were terrible last week on the road. Ryan Fitzpatrick got hurt. Giants need to go in there and win this game. I mean, this is a matter of fact. Just get a win here. So I'm going to take the Giants +3 to win this game. They got to show up. And Daniel Jones cannot turn the ball over, but I think they show up and they win this one. We'll see. Could be wrong, but I'm going to take the Giants.
Okay. All right, we got the Raiders fresh off of a exciting win last night. That was part of the Manning show. The Raiders with the walk-off win in overtime against the Ravens with a Zay Jones touchdown to seal the deal. They are visiting the Steelers, who are fresh off a win against Buffalo. Steelers are favored by 5.5, but I think the Raiders had the advantage of being inside the Death Star. They had a lot of holes that, quite honestly, they were able to exploit, some of the Ravens' miscues, couple of fumbles from Lamar. The Ravens didn't look all that impressive. Steelers did. I think the Steelers are going to win this and cover.
I'm with you on that. Plus the Raiders got to travel. They just had an emotional game. They got to travel.
On a short week.
And the Steelers are just coming off that win in Buffalo. I think the Steelers go 2-0. Although 5.5, it's a big number, man. I'll take the Raiders plus 5.5, but I think the Steelers win this game.
The Steelers win. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah, the Steelers are going to win, but the Raiders will cover.
You're going to take the points. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take points. Yeah.
Game number 3. This is a good one. Yeah, we got Bengals at Bears. Spread is 3.
Wow, goes to
I
show
think this is still very early spreads because they always go to 3 by default, I feel. But the Bengals were impressive. Andy Dalton just, I don't know.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Justin Fields plays in this game. He played last week, but I think he's going to – eventually they're going to give him
if they're giving me 3 points for the Bengals, I'm taking them. I'm taking 3 points because –
I'm with you on that.
I mean, yeah, I'm Joe Mixon balled out, and let's be real. I mean, it's Matthew Stafford. We didn't really touch on him. Like, he is, he's loving LA. Yeah. It looks like he's loving LA right now.
I agree.
At this point in time, like he was balling out. What is it, like the second, third play from scrimmage? Just a bomb for a touchdown. So I think he's got a nice supporting cast. He's got a great defense, which he's never had.
Yeah.
But they balled out against the Bears that night, and I think that Joe Burrow has been playing well, and he looks pretty good. Joe Mixon balled out. Jamar Chase is some more of the same, and I think I'm taking that. I'm definitely taking those 3 points. I like them.
All right. Let's see. I'm with you. I'm going to take the Bengals in the upset here. I'm going to ride this hot hand, see how they're doing. I think Joe Burrow's the real deal.
You did not miss the Cowboys prediction, Lewis.
Yes, Lewis. We have not gotten to that game yet.
We haven't gotten there yet. A couple more here. The Houston Texans with a surprising win going up against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. It is a 12.5-point spread. Cleveland is the favorite. Cleveland was up on the Chiefs for a majority of that game last week, but Chiefs, with what the Chiefs do and Tyreek Hill and 75-yard touchdowns just coming, pretty easy for him.
Pitch and catch, man. That's what it was.
12.5 is a lot.
It's a lot. I think
but Tyrod Taylor's going back to the team that pretty much said, screw you.
This is the number that Vegas is begging you to take the Browns
big. It's so big of a spread, and I don't know. I can't trust the Browns. Browns are winning this game, but I'm taking 12.5 points.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a big. Vegas is begging you to take the Browns. I'm taking Houston plus 12.5. The Browns will win, but I'll take Houston with the points. Yeah. We got Rams and Colts. Yeah. Colts are +4 at home. I'm with you. I'm taking the Rams. I think they win. They win comfortably. Yes, they have to travel. But that's a good team, man. And Carson Wentz coming off that surgery. Aaron Donald's going to try to kill him. So,
I'm with you. Rams all the way until Stafford proves me wrong.
Yeah. And
that defense, shows some holes. I don't know. The Rams are they're going to be the team to beat over there. Yeah. Them in Seattle are going to be. It's going to be fun to watch.
Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo's getting 3.5 on the road.
Miami off of a win in New England. Wow. Buffalo off of a loss.
Vegas has no faith in Miami.
Yeah, I'm taking +3.5 in Miami.
You know what that number is telling me? Tua. That number's Tua right there.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami. I'm taking the points. New England at the Jets. Jets are dogs by 5.5.
It's a big number, man. I'm taking the Jets plus 5.5.
I have to go with you. I have to go with the Jets because I didn't see anything on the Patriots. Yeah, Damian Harris balled out, and Mekhi Becton's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But we are still going rookie QB versus rookie QB. This isn't Brady versus Zach Wilson.
No,
that's I granted that spread would be a lot different, but I think there's too much credit being placed into the Patriots core right here.
And I think there's too much into that. The Patriot defense against a rookie quarterback. I think Zach's going to be fine next week. I think he'll
be fine, and I think the New York crowd behind him for the first time. That's something not to be taken lightly.
No.
I mean, how passionate the Jets fans are. Yeah. So, I mean, we're self-proclaimed Zachariah the Messiah.
That's what he is. Walks on water.
Niners at the Eagles. Niners are favored by 3.5. Niners lost Raheem Mostert for the year. Elijah Mitchell on the waiver wires, everybody, for all you fantasy players out there. So put your waivers in. We don't have enough time for our fantasy minute, so that's it. That's all you're getting from me. And you know what? Hurts played well. Devonta Smith balled out. Sanders was playing good. Goddard and a lot of Rager. And then the Niners, Debo had that one miscue at the end of the game, but they did let the Lions come back from 38-10, and they ended up winning 41-31 or something, 33, something like that. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on the Niners defense. So I'm taking the 3.5 points the Eagles are giving me at home.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Plus they're traveling again with the travel thing. And then Jimmy Garoppolo's going to be the quarterback.
Yep.
So I'm with you on that. I think the plus 3.5. I'm taking the Eagles plus 3.5 there. I'm with you on that.
All right, rapid fire. Okay,
rapid fire. Here we go. The Saints and the Panthers.
Saints favored by 3.5 at the Panthers. I will take the Saints. I will take the Saints and Jameis Winston until he proves me otherwise.
Yeah, Sam Darnold didn't play all that great. He had one big throw. Other than that, it was dump off to McCaffrey. I like the Saints minus 3.5.
Broncos at Jaguars. Broncos favored by 6. I'm not sold on the Jaguars at all, so I'm taking the Broncos going out on the road into Jacksonville. Favored by 6. I think
I'm with you on that. The Broncos are going to be 2-0. Jacksonville's got a lot of issues. I think Trevor Lawrence throws another 2 or 3 picks, and they go
0-2. Vikings at the Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 3.5 at home. Kyler Murray was on fire. D-Hop was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins played a good game against the Bengals, but Chandler Jones is not the Bengals. Okay, so Arizona Cardinals are going to get in on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins will make mistakes. He will keep Dalvin Cook, pedestrian-like numbers. Arizona is going to cover a 3.5-point spread at home.
I think Chandler Jones is going to kill Kirk Cousins next week. He might have.
He very well might.
He's going to have another 5 sacks. He's on that level right now. I think
you're taking Cardinals.
I think this number should be higher than 3.5. I don't know what Vegas is seeing. But
after they listen to us, they're gonna bring
but I'll take the Cardinals. I'll take the Cardinals minus 3.5.
All right. The Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady doing a little bit of trolling. Putting out a video at 3:28 p.m. Like an ass.
I mean, he's
funny, man. He's like, he's good. He comes up with some good stuff. Obviously, he's got his own PR guys behind him, and whatever. But 11.5 points. It's a lot of points. But the Falcons just got annihilated by the Eagles. There's no doubt that the Buccaneers can do the same inside of Tampa Bay. I'm taking Tampa Bay, even if it is 11.5 points.
I think this number's too high. I'm going to go with Atlanta plus 11.5. They're not going to. They'll. All
right. It's divisional, but I don't know. I think Tom Brady has their number.
Okay.
So at this point,
America's game of the week.
Here you go. Dallas at the Chargers, Lewis. You've been waiting for this, and I'm going to have to disagree with Lewis over there.
Oh, what he said? What was his prediction?
He likes the Cowboys at the plus 2.5, but I hit Rashawn Slater. The dude is a beast. He was just picking people off one by one on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Nobody was getting to him. And mind you, the Washington football team has a hell of a pass rush.
Right.
All right. And Herbert wasn't perfect. No way, no how was he perfect last week. But he was in Washington. They typically do not play well in Washington to begin with and traveling east. But they're back home in LA. I think LA right now has some kind of like juju going on around it because the Super Bowl's going there and Stafford just lit it up. I think the Chargers and Keenan Allen and Herbert are going to go bonkers on the Dallas Cowboys defense. And I think the Cowboys are going to put up massive points too. So I would take the over in this game, but the Chargers are going to win by at least a field goal.
You know what? I'm going to take the Cowboys. I just think that Dak is going to be the comeback player of the year after what I saw last week.
But you know what? He could do that and still lose every game.
No, I know that.
I mean, it's just the way it is. Like
I just think
put up numbers.
I know that, but I just think that this team. I don't think they're going 0-2. I really don't. I think they're gonna find a way to win this game. I think Dak has a big performance. Amari Cooper. I think they start using Ezekiel Elliott a little more. So I'm gonna go to the Cowboys in the upset. Plus
Lewis isn't a fan of mine, but you could comment your what you thought of Rick's.
Yeah.
So all right, Tennessee at the Seahawks. Tennessee looked abysmal. They could not get out of their own way. I mean, Julio Jones is making personal foul penalties at 3rd and 1 and pushing them back to 3rd and 16s. It was a disgrace.
It was a bad day for the Titans.
Who'd they play? Titans played who?
Arizona.
Yeah. They just got annihilated, and they were home. Yeah, they were home. Tennessee just and now they have to travel to Seattle, and Seattle's only 5.5-point favorites. I think that's sweet spot right there, and begging me to pick Seattle, and I'm gonna pick Seattle.
I'm with you on that. I don't see any way Seattle loses this game. Tennessee was just embarrassed last week. They got issues on that offensive line already. Mike Vrabel calling out Julio Jones for doing something. It's not looking good so far. I'm going to Seahawks, and they start off 2-0.
All right, real quick. Okay. Kansas City Chiefs at Baltimore Ravens, -3.5. I think it's going to be close. Kansas City wins. Baltimore Ravens cover the 3.5 because they're home.
They got to go from Vegas back to Baltimore, then fly to the middle of the country. Off an emotional game. I like Kansas City comfortably. They go 2-0.
Well, I agree that the Kansas City wins. And then Detroit is getting 11.5 points against the 38-3 Packers.
What did they
lost Packers?
Did Vegas not see what happened last week?
I think that you need to take the plus 440 money line.
I guess you're right,
but no, Detroit Lions, because Goff was balling out. I mean, granted they had a little backup defenses in and whatever, but I think and Jamal Williams is coming back to Green Bay. I think he's going to ball out a little bit too.
Yeah.
That's a high number, and I think Vegas is high because of it.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions plus 11.5.
I'm with you. I don't see the Packers covering this after last week's performance. Don't be surprised if you see an upset here either, man. Do not be surprised.
Is it going to be an upset after? I mean,
you're right. You're right. You're 100% right on that. But don't be surprised if next Tuesday we're here going like, what just happened? Like, I mean,
I can't wait to hear Peyton and Eli talking about Rodgers and Goff.
That's going to be fun to watch
Monday night.
That's going to be fun to watch. That's where you get your
price of admission.
Yes,
especially because I pay $0 to go watch it. So
but that's where you get your wings, and that's where you watch and you sit there and you just watch the game.
Well, apparently the dish of choice is 11:30 p.m. chicken parm heroes, according to that's Peyton's dish of choice, according to Eli.
Yeah, he said something like he's like you're on a strict diet and you get this craving for like chicken parm. I'm like, what the fuck? What was that all about? I didn't get that, but
I don't know. It was just brotherly banters and stuff left and right. But all right, that covers it all. I thought it was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
Next week we will have our first guest of season 3.
Yeah,
we have Christopher Adams from Sharp Rank joining us, brand new app. We look forward to talking to you about it and talking to him about it so you can learn more. Until then, have a great week, everybody, and enjoy week 2 of NFL football.
Peace.
7 hours. 7
hours. 7
hours of commercial free. All right. Have a great week, everybody.
Peace.
Good night.